You know what's nice is that I can actually finally feel myself getting back into my antisocial, not give a fuck mentality, and it feels really good. Although it might be just for a brief period of time, I can feel myself feeling more confident and more relaxed and more at peace. And I actually just started drawing a picture, which I haven't really been able to do any drawings for like 2 months. But now I'm sitting here in the desert and I got my iPad and I was like, I kind of feel like drawing. Okay, well, let's give it a shot, see what happens. And I didn't know exactly what I wanted to draw. I thought I might want to draw someone I know. And then I was like, look, there's me, my reflection in the iPad. I'm just going to start drawing my reflection. And so it's turning out really great. And it looks really good. And I really am working on just not giving a fuck. So I'm going to show you this. So, at my work yesterday, I went to our grow site where we grow our cacti and everything. But I discovered that on the property, it is owned by some other people that are unrelated to the company I work for, and they have a CBD farm. And they gave me a tour, and they have like a fish hatchery there and pond and a whole bunch of marijuana plants that they harvest for CBD. And so they're like really low THC. And the guy, they were really nice. They like offered me a job, which I'm really tempted about taking. Actually, it seems pretty interesting, the idea of working at a CBD farm and learning how to grow and harvest marijuana plants would be quite intriguing. So I'm really tempted, and I may take it, even if just for like a couple hours a week or something, just for the experience of doing it. But the guy, they were really nice, and they gave me a huge CBD flower. It smells really good. And got some up my nose, and I was really nervous about the idea of smoking it. But after doing some research and learning more about it, because I have had really bad experiences with smoking marijuana with my friends, and I wanted to I did some research on it. The THC is very, very low, and so it's unlikely to have much of the paranoia kind of effects that marijuana has had on me. And so the guy who was harvesting them and cutting the flowers off, he was telling me that with CBD, it gives you like more like a body relax high, kind of like. And then my coworker, we were talking about it, and that it's more like relaxing, like if you're getting out of a hot shower or drinking a nice cup of hot tea or something like that. And it's like, okay, give it a shot, we'll see what happens. And I decided that I just want to do it alone. I don't even want Brandon here with me. I'd rather just be here trying to smoke this entirely by myself. So I've taken a few hits, and part of it, the reason why I don't want to smoke it with Brandon here is because he has his own biases of not liking smoking, and so I'd rather just be alone, so as to not feel as though I'm receiving any judgment, because do alright about not judging myself, but when other people judge me, it gets pretty hard. And, or when I perceive judgment of other people. And I also, although I smoked, when I did smoke weed, the few times I have, I smoked with some really close friends who I really trust. But those experiences ended up being really bad. And I think that part of that could be attributed to me trusting those friends to know me or know how to handle me or my tolerances and stuff like that. And then perhaps the friends, although they smoke a lot, but trusting them to know what my tolerances are when I don't even know what my tolerances are, so putting that into someone else's hands. While since I don't smoke, just going at my own pace without feeling any pressure from anyone else, just me in the desert, in the wilderness, just doing me at my own pace. So I've taken a few hits, and I used to smoke cigarettes. I know I made a whole video about that where I rambled on about that, but I really liked smoking cigarettes, and so it's hard to make sure that I don't go back to it. But I'll tell you this, breathing in smoke, even if it's like little puffs, little tiniest puffs, the littlest CBD puffs ever, is really, it's nice. It reminds me of the relaxing feeling of just like lighting up a cigarette just to chill out. And it's not the same as smoking cigarettes because it's not like I'm just continuously puffing this. I've only taken 3 little tiny puffs. But the taste of the smoke, it tastes good. So, ready? Here I go. Little CBD. See? Look, I took the littlest puff ever. So that's like number 4. I'm spacing it out pretty long in between. I've probably been sitting here for like 20 minutes or a half hour. Probably more like a half hour. 4 little tiny puffs. So far it seems like it's going good and nice and relaxing, and just enjoying nature, trying not to live in fear. So it's nice to be alone and just sit here alone, nobody else here, and not, I mean, the thoughts do come up, thoughts like, oh no, this person seen my video, oh no, or oh, if someone was here, oh, what's this person thinking? But it's kind of like, you know what, it's so much easier to just be alone, just hang out alone. No social interaction. It's probably why I became antisocial anyways. But so it's a good feeling to feel myself kind of going back into that and not needing or feeling a need to rely on people or rely on people for my self-worth or my confidence or reassurance, and just not giving a fuck. And but this time, rather than just keeping it inside about not giving a fuck, I am giving a fuck outwardly. Or not, I'm not giving a fuck outwardly so you guys can see my progress and see how my brain works and what I experience. And you can see how my brain will change and stuff and whatever. Now I'm stacking rocks. They're getting pretty tall. So, it's just nice to be in the desert and to be alone. Oh, and knock my rocks down. And to try smoking the CBD stuff. And to actually have my iPad out and making a drawing. That's like really huge progress. I haven't drawn in a long time. And if you've been following me for any length of time, or if you know me, you know that I am an artist. And I draw a lot, my whole life. So it's nice to just feel a little bit more like the person that I'm familiar with me being. And I'll fluctuate, and of course I'll go back, and of course this is just a point where I feel decent, and slowly, continuously making progress and getting better, and even though I said I don't give a fuck you, and that kind of stuff, of course I still love you, and I still appreciate your support. So, it's just a weird balance to be rediscovering again, of feeling a constant need of reassurance and needing people and just wanting to rely on people for everything, and then to be going back to how I was for the past few years. It's a good feeling. So, this is Rachel and her monster and her rocks and her CBD and her new little green orange pipe. I never bought a pipe before. It's cute. So, love you guys. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell beside it, and like the video and leave a comment down below. Alright guys, bye.